stint, a prohibitive cost that pushes most addicts towards less effective, cash-strapped, state-run facilities. Since 2004, the number of addicts seeking treatment for opioid abuse in Maine has doubled to 4,800 people. But the number of spaces in state-run rehab facilities has remained the same, at 200 beds for the entire state, servicing less than 0.5% of those seeking treatment at any given time. Which means instead of getting services like counseling to withstand withdrawal, addicts are directed to outpatient methadone clinics. But hit hard by budget cuts, clinic workers are now overwhelmed with 3 times the number of patients than state guidelines once mandated, meaning the only treatment plan to prevent relapse becomes simply more methadone. So instead of addicts being weaned off opioids over time, they spend a lifetime bound by a state-sponsored drug known amongst addicts as liquid handcuffs.
Liquid handcuffs.
Yeah.
So is this why so many folks desperately are going outside the system and, taking detox into their own hands?
I think there's a great distrust for the institution of medicine. We're living in a time where a lot of the institutions that sort of hold up our lives are starting to show that they don't necessarily have our best interests in mind. And when you look at the profit motivations of a lot of big pharmaceutical companies that provide the medications that people end up getting addicted to, methadone and Suboxone are coming from similar places. And so I think people are looking for a kind of health autonomy, an ability to take control of their own health and their own lives, and growing marijuana, using it as a way to get out of opiate addiction, but then also to maybe treat the chronic pain that got you addicted in the first place, is a palatable and empowering avenue.
So take me back to Bo, the story we've been following. 12 weeks ago, he started this detox process using marijuana as his gateway to recovery. So how's he doing?
Bo's doing great. Talked to him on Sunday, and he's now 12 weeks clean of opiates. But what we should point out, though, is that Bo's just one person. At this point, medical marijuana is sort of buttressed by a collection of anecdotal evidence. We still don't have the double-blind clinical gold standard of research to back up claims like Bo's, basically. And it takes laws being changed for us to actually get to a point where that can happen.
Some helpful thoughts here. There are treatments for opioid addiction that everyone agrees works. In fact, they're proven to be roughly 95% effective when done correctly. But getting access to them, as we've seen, can be really challenging. And until there are enough resources, we got to be searching all over the place. Marijuana may or may not be the key. We ought to be studying it along with other inexpensive options. Weedakit, it's a great show, by the way. Congratulations for making it. It airs